Your training begins here. Grab your gear. Right here are all the tools that I have. You can get away with a bare minimum. I'm going to take some things away here. I'm going to show you which ones you get away with only using. So you could get away with only using these things. I have a smaller pair of scissors and these look nasty. I've seriously had these for decades. But I'm going to bring my other pair of scissors back on the scene because these are good for detailed cutting. These larger ones right here are good for heavy duty cutting because we are going to be doing a lot of fold tracing and fold cutting. On cardboard stock, multiple folds on grocery bag paper stock. You can cut with smaller scissors, but it's recommended to get 2 pairs. These wire nippers I had when I was doing a lot of electronics. These are not fully required, but they're highly recommended. Good for doing some detailed cutting, some small snips here and there, cutting all the wire materials. I would probably say, yeah, they are recommended to cut all the wires. You could probably find something to cut your thermostat wire. These are also good for cutting little markers on templates that you don't need even these for. In terms of a drawing or writing utensil, at least one of these, as you'll see in the tutorials to come, I use a uniball signal and a pencil. And also, you can actually use the back of the number 11 Exacto blade, not the front side, but this back side right here, as a drawing utensil on a lot of the material that we're using. I use the uniball signal because it's dark, it's black, you can really see it on camera. It really helps visually in drawing out templates, and when I'm cutting around templates, it's just a lot easier. I have 2 screwdrivers, right? Now, you don't need 2. You just need 1. I just happen to have 2 because I like the different grips of these 2 together. So I kind of interchange them back and forth. And trust me, that comes into play. So the screwdriver head needs to be a cross point head. We call it a Phillips head or a cross point head. But it needs to be a Phillips head like that. These are very highly recommended, especially the bent bird beak. I'm not even sure what it's called. Of course, with the nutcrackers in the middle. I'm sorry, my tools are all dirty. I work with these every day. The main concern is that they're not rusty, all right? They are dirty, but that's because I just been putting time in. But these are completely handy for the whole entire project here. All of these are highly recommended. Especially the Exacto Knife. This is the rock star of the show because we're going to be cutting into pink foam and just using it for fine-tuned cutting when scissors are just too much to pick up and start doing this action. These come in handy for other things other than actually cutting into the pink foam. This small little 6-inch T-square ruler, I just took it out of the T-square itself and just using it as a nice straight edge ruler. If you don't have a T-square ruler, any plastic ruler will work. As you can see, I made a tape ruler out of masking tape, okay, right here, and comes in handy because you are going to be measuring pieces in this tutorial. Down here you can see I actually made a ruler at the edge of my desk here, and I have a diagram of body here of the action figure itself. These are the tools that I use on a daily basis when I'm making the Recyclo Figs action figure. We are going to actually talk more about the supplies and the materials that we're going to be using next. Take a good look. So hopefully you have all of this stuff lying around already so you don't have to buy it. Fortunately, the fact that I actually already had this stuff, I will probably put somewhere on the screen or in the show notes or description where you can buy all of this stuff here in case you don't know where to buy it. Okay, let's move and groove. If my desk looks messy, that's on purpose because we got some fun talks right here about what you see on my desk. This is the materials / supplies that we are going to need for this particular project. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about it. So first of all, we're going to talk about rag cloth, which is not on the scene here. And I'll just chuck it here. I got an old tee, got an old sock, and actually some rag cloth from Home Depot, right? You can buy this rag cloth from Home Depot in, I think, the cleaning section, right? I don't know. And we got an old church sock right here that I've already cut, as you can see here. The reason why I show you all this, I've got an old Tank Farm t-shirt. Wow, look how ratty this is. This stuff is going to be king in the places we need support in terms of closer to all the appendage joints here. Get yourself an old t-shirt, and if you're not going to be going to a wedding anytime soon, go ahead and grab an old dress sock. It just needs to be thin. Go to Home Depot and grab a bag of painter's rag cloth. look at what we have here. A Del Taco drinking straw. Go ahead and go to your favorite fast food restaurant and eat a lot of food and save your Pepsi Cola drinking straw or whatever you want to drink, Mountain Dew or Berry Blast, I don't know. And maybe if you can, grab a few extras. Don't steal. These are going to be the main hubs of our straw bones. I call them straw bones. We are going to need, just to be safe, you're going to need about 4, but I'd grab 6, okay? 18 gauge thermostat wire. Check this out. Look at this brown beauty right here. I got mine for free. Okay, I had this all over the place from other electronics projects. Basically, when you uncase it, as you can see a bunch of wires, it's gonna look like this, okay? Now you might have thermostat wire already that maybe only has 2 wires, red and white, but you might have some that has multiple colors here. You can buy this from Home Depot. It is 18 gauge and it needs to be solid core wire, which means that if it's solid core, it means it'll bend and stay. You need it to bend and stay, not flip back, but bend and stay like that, because these are going to be the central core of our action figures. This is going to be the heart and soul of all of our limb joints, our arms, our elbows, shoulders, hips, legs, everything. Okay, Cat 5 cable. But you've seen this, right? It's just computer wire. It's Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable. Okay, and I've already parsed this open. Check this out. This is what it looks like. On the inside, you have 4, actually 8 wires all twisted together. When you take it out, it looks like this. And this also needs to be solid core wire because it needs to bend and stay. We don't need a lot of this. You can actually get away with 1 full foot of this. These are going to be the fingers and the whole entire hand. It might not be all these beautiful little colors. It might be all different colors, but it does need to look like this, right? Maybe disconnect your brother's or sister's computer and say, hey, the Wi-Fi went out, and steal their cable and chop it up. Or maybe chop up your mom and dad's computer cable cord. Well, no, don't do that. Maybe brother and sister. Okay, let's just keep... Food box cardstock. I'd like to drink coffee, everybody. Look how beautiful this brown cardboard is. I never thought I could be so fascinated and excited about cardboard. We've got griller patties right here, but this is like cardboard too. Check it out. We need it to be this kind of cardboard. We're going to be making a lot of templates with this, and we're also going to be using this for the shoes that we're going to be making, the feet, and there are all these other cool little applications for this food box cardstock. So grab yourself some Coffee Mate or pizza box, or this, or whatever food you decide to eat or drink. Go ahead and save your food box cardstock. Trust me, it'll be fun. Okay, I'm going to take this off the screen here. Now we're moving on to pink foam. Check this out. Have we seen this in Home Depot? I bet we have. Alright, we've probably seen the Pink Panther emblem on it. This is going to be the inner muscular structure of all of our muscles. Muscles? Okay, I'm sorry about that. For our action figure. Shot on the screen here to show you exactly what it looks like at Home Depot. But this is going to be fun and very important, okay? I'm going to take this off the screen here. Let's talk about the stir sticks here, okay? Stir sticks. They're not the Del Taco ones, but these, just go to your local Winchell's Donuts, or let's go with Krispy Kreme and try to grab some coffee stir sticks. If you can, get the double loaded barrels right here. If not, it just needs to be this thickness if it's only 1. But I suggest the double loaded barrels because we're going to be using the double loaded barrels in our project here. And that's going to come into play later because we are going to actually use this flat surface of these here. If you don't have these or can't get these, I'll put a link somewhere in the show notes or in this tutorial where you can actually pick these up. These are going to be important because these are going to be the internal stand structures for our action figure. This is the glue of the project. Yes, hot glue sticks. Yes, tons of glue sticks. A lot of glue sticks, okay? And yes, hot glue gun. Get yourself a Freddy Krueger looking, that looks nasty. I am Freddy Krueger. Okay, I like this. Why? Because I just do. Because it just dries fast. It's what I've been using from the beginning of time. Let's check it out. Yes, we are going to need this parchment paper. You can buy this from the Family Dollar tree. $1.25, everybody. Not wax paper. Promise you, this goes a long way. So you can only spend $1.25. Or go to your kitchen and bug grandma for like a 11-inch by 11-inch piece, all right? Just say, hey, Granny, I know you're cooking chocolate chip cookies, but ask her, and I'm pretty sure she will give you some. Okay, let's keep moving and grooving. We got some melamine. That's what this is. This is actually from China, but you can buy this from Home Depot. It's the Mr. Clean melamine cleaner strips that you can put water on and clean things here. You know, you can actually wipe off all the Sharpie off your desk like I've done in the past, or you can actually make action figures out of this using this. Check it out. Action figure time. We need a couple pieces of wood. Yes, these are 3/4 inch wood from Home Depot, everybody. And you only need 2 pieces of about 2.5, 3. Let's just make it 3 inches right here. Just 2 pieces. Check it out. Because why? These are strictly going to be for the hands in the hands tutorial, because we need this little crevice right here, and there is going to be a video on how to just quickly how to put this together. I mean, it's real simple. Another rock star of the show, Bond's grocery bag paper stock. Yes, go to Vons, pick up your favorite hamburger meat or chicken or Capri Suns or whatever you buy and ask for paper. You might even have paper already in your house, because this is going to be the central core for all of the covers. Our bicep covers, our quad covers, our chest covers. We're going to be coloring on this. That's what we need. Check it out. We need color pencils. You can buy these from the Family Dollar Tree. And Sharpies. I actually bought these right here for the Family Dollar Tree for $1.25, but I think I bought these off Office Depot a long time ago. But anyway, check out all these rad colors. These tutorials, you'll see that I'm going to be using selected colors. You might be using acrylic paints, watercolor, whatever you're using. I'm using these because I already had these at home, alright? But I know that you can buy these from the Family Dollar Tree because I did see them inside there. But anyway, this is what we need to have in terms of our coloring palette. Newspaper coupon junk mail, everybody. Look at this glorious junk, this trash that the glorious USPS provides to us for free. Yes, they're not just for fancy titles. In these tutorials, we're going to be using as thumb welders. We're going to be using them to assist with hot glue, paper macheing. But yeah, save some of your newspaper coupon junk mail and chop it up into little pieces. That was terrible. I'm gonna leave it though. Chop it up in squares, or circles, or whatever geometric shape you like. Chop it up in squares, or rectangles. This is a rectangle. Just chop it up, alright? The best stuff is the stuff that actually feels like newspaper. Not the slick stuff, but this stuff. This really cheap newspaper. Ooh, one day. Uno dia. Anyway, save it. By the way, I actually had all this stuff that you saw in the preceding video. Now, I'm gonna make a list of all the things that you can potentially buy. Hopefully, and that is my hope, that you already had this stuff within your house. I came up with this fun little project because I actually had everything, and the challenge was because I wanted to make stuff with the stuff I already had. I was limited, but I wanted to come up with a fun creative challenge. Pretty much do what you can with what you got. Hopefully you do have all this stuff already in your house, but if not, promise you it's not going to be a lot of money that you're going to be spending. Hopefully it'll be pennies and nickels, or just a few bucks here and there. Spend a lot of time at the Family Dollar Tree. You might be able to get a lot of your supplies there, or the 99-cent store. It's not so 99 cents anymore, but you might be able to get a lot of this stuff from a cheaper discount store. Let's keep moving and grooving and have a good time.